ABC 7 News, winner of 6 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on. The state of emergency as wildfires rage in the West. Several people killed, including a great-grandmother and 2 children. Nearly 60 wildfires now burning in 11 states. Tonight, our team's on the fire line. Also, the border wall threat. The president calling American immigration laws the world's worst and saying he'll shut down the government if Democrats won't support him. The breaking headline tonight about CBS chairman Les Moonves, what the CBS board may be considering following those allegations of sexual misconduct. The deadly shooting outside a major amusement park. A man walking towards a police officer on a busy highway. The officer opening fire. Also tonight, is the TSA tracking you? The secret program called Quiet Skies. Air marshals reportedly tracking everyday passengers who are not suspected of a crime. And distracted on duty, the police SUV slamming into a cyclist at a stop sign. What the police officer admitted to.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the state of emergency in California as wildfires rage in the West, with the death toll rising and several people still missing. The Carr Fire, you see it there in Northern California, already charring nearly 90,000 acres with more than 500 structures destroyed and thousands more still threatened. There are now 6 confirmed fatalities, including a sister and a brother just 4 and 5 years old, and their great-grandmother reportedly killed trying to save them. The danger zone in the West extends well beyond California, with nearly 60 large fires burning uncontained in, get this, 11 states. There's little relief in sight, with more than triple-digit heat expected. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us from the fire line in Redding, California.
Tonight, the Carr Fire near Redding, California, spreading in every direction. The death toll now rising to 6. Melody Bledsoe and 2 of her great-grandchildren among the victims. Relatives say her body was found draped over the children in a final effort to save them. Several other people still missing. The destruction here now spanning the size of Philadelphia.
All these homes are gone.
Entire neighborhoods incinerated, more than 500 structures destroyed. These photos showing the before and after of one of those homes. Thousands more still threatened.
And there are so many areas like this burning that firefighters simply can't tackle them all, having to strategically choose where to focus their firefights.
More than 3,000 firefighters risking their lives on the front lines, some after losing everything themselves.
So that was a firefighter's house right there.
Yeah, a lot of firefighters lost their houses here.
This just one of 59 wildfires burning across 11 states in the West. Hot, gusty conditions fueling the Steel Fire in Napa, while the Rock Fire closes in on homes in San Diego. Dozens of structures threatened there. California's governor expanding the state of emergency to more counties. And here in Redding tonight, Jerry Case home.
So a lot of memories.
Yeah, all the pictures, everything. It's gone.
Only able to salvage a few precious things, including what he believes was his mother's wedding ring.
The fire taking to that house. Marcy, firefighters still have a tough fight ahead, along with
Who we just heard from tells us that was his bedroom, and the only wall left standing here is here in what was the living room. Firefighters are working around the clock trying to keep this from happening to any more homes, all while dealing with these brutal triple-digit temperatures. Tom?
Marcy Gonzalez, your team stay safe out there, and those hot and dry conditions expected to continue into the week. I want to go right to Rob Marciano, who's in California tonight, with the forecast.
Tom, what we've seen today is the sun getting through the smoke a little bit more. That helps the air attack, but it also heats up the ground, and we'll get more in the wind department. So that'll be the trend tomorrow, up and over 100 in Redding here. The heat builds into the Pacific Northwest, 90s in Portland, hotter than that in Spokane. Riverside will remain hot for the next 4 days. Watching severe weather again tonight in eastern Wyoming, eastern Colorado. cluster of storms will move into Oklahoma tonight. A rough morning for Oklahoma City and Tulsa. Strong straight line winds and some heavy rain.
Shut down the government if they won't fund his border wall. The president and his legal team also growing more public in their feud with former fixer and personal attorney Michael Cohen. These latest attacks are sharpening the political lines with exactly 100 days to the midterms. ABC's Tara Palmieri is in New Jersey tonight.
Tonight, President Trump threatening to shut down the government if he doesn't get a border wall.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a great wall.
Tweeting, I would be willing to shut down government if the Democrats do not give us the votes for border security, which includes the wall. Just 100 days from the midterm elections, Congress they need to lock in the votes before the money runs out. Members of the president's own party speaking out against the shutdown threat.
I certainly don't like playing shutdown politics. I don't think it'd be helpful, so let's try and avoid it.
When President Trump signed the $1 trillion spending bill in March, he made it clear it was a regret he would not repeat.
Congress, I will never sign another bill like this again. I'm not going to do it again.
The president also waging an increasingly public battle with his former fixer. Rudy Giuliani slamming Cohen's reported claim that then candidate Trump knew 2016 between campaign officials and a Russian lawyer.
If he taped everything else, why the heck didn't he tape this? It's not on tape. And he's capable, I think, unfortunately, of doctoring tapes.
Cohen turned over 12 secret recordings to prosecutors. One of those is a conversation with Trump 2 months before the election. The two discussing how to pay Playboy model Karen McDougal for her silence about an alleged affair with Trump.
When it comes time for the financing, which will be...
Listen, what financing?
We'll have to pay you. So
I'll pay for cash.
No. I got... No.
The tape cuts off at that point. Giuliani telling ABC News they've hired experts to analyze the recordings.
The man is a pathological manipulator, liar.
All right, Tara joins us from New Jersey. Tara, talking about on Twitter the
Confused by the tweet because Republican with President Trump lay a vote on like the border wall did to a
the mountain of sexual misconduct. Chairman Les says the wall oversee fate unclear.
Women accused harassment. Emmy-winning happened to her. No, just you and me. And that kind of floored me. And I'm not actually sure what I said in response, but he said, look, you're really expensive, and I need to know you're worth it. And that really shook me up a bit. Your wife would appreciate that kind of dinner. One-on-one, and afterwards, she didn't get work because she rebuffed his advance. Kurgo adding, so to say he's not responsive. That's damage. Moonves, he's run for 2 decades, turning a blind eye.
Stories in which women are terrified as a result.
Journal committee investigation into responding to the allegations decades ago. Though regret them immensely. Anyone's
live on set in Zach.
Yeah, that's right. Conversations on whether this CBS disciplinary.
Amusement park. Officers along
in Pennsylvania. Cars. He appears to walk away, then suddenly turns back. When the suspect doesn't hit the ground, an officer opens fire. The man later pronounced dead at the hospital. Tonight, authorities not saying if he was armed. Damaged cars and shattered glass littering the roadway. The investigation into the bizarre encounter just beginning.
We do have any witnesses out there in the public that did witness this event. Please give us a call and let us know.
Tom, police are not releasing the name of the suspect or the officer involved. Investigators are now combing through footage to try to determine the circumstances of that deadly shooting. Tom?
Ariel, thank you. Next tonight, a rifle. One woman and police believe one of the and the behavior of everyday
passengers are already used to the routine. Take out your electronics, walk through the. But tonight, secretly behind and after the quiet sky, and specifically terrorist screen.
We're seeing examples of people who does not terrorists.
Air marshals who the bathroom, fidgeting or sweat, apple a car, or if they, but the air marshal recognized in investigations is the proper criteria. Not meet the criteria. Acceptable. Follow individuals who this is not a surveillance. However, sources within the agency tell me following passengers not only in flight but once they land. Tom.
Stephanie Ramos, thank you. And there's much more. Officer plowed right into a cyclist who was stopped at an intersection. What the officer admits he was doing behind the wheel at the moment of impact, and what the department is now saying. A type of divorce court you have to see to believe. A husband taking on the man he says stole his wife, suing him, and getting millions in damages. The little-known law turning a broken heart into a payday. And the family out on a lake when this slithering rattlesnake heads right for their boat. What they did when the snake jumped aboard. Stay with us.
This is ABC World News Tonight, sponsored by Trivago.